All right, everybody, welcome back to another deep dive.
Today we're going to be, looking at some more Mingo.
It's always great to dive into his lyrics.
It really is.
So much to unpack there.
Layers and layers.
Yeah. So, for today's deep dive, we're working with a verse that was highlighted.
On a YouTube channel called Always the More.
They have a series of videos that they're doing called Best Feature Verses by Mingo.
Oh, cool.
And we're looking at part 10.
Nice. As always, Mingo's verses, they're dense, they're full of imagery and
interesting wordplay and everything.
Absolutely.
So we thought we'd take a look at one of those verses and
see what we can make of it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so this one kicks off
with I stay up late. For those who down, for me, it's all about the patience and camaraderie. I mean, right off the bat, we get this kind of
message of loyalty and dedication, right?
I mean, right away, and you're hit with this sense of
almost like a posse. You know what I mean? Like a gang.
Yeah.
A group of people that he's down for.
And it's all about that, that patience,
that grind, the togetherness.
Yeah, it's not like a typical I'm gonna grind and get mine type of thing.
Exactly. It's not just about him.
It's about we.
Right.
It's about everybody,
It's about the collective.
Exactly. It's about everybody moving up together.
Yeah.
And, I mean, is that not...
kind of like a recurring theme that you see in hip-hop?
Oh, for sure. I mean, think about groups like Wu-Tang Clan.
Their whole thing was built on that.
Camaraderie and loyalty and coming up together from nothing,
And that shared struggle, that shared experience.
Really fuels their art.
Right. And
that's a beautiful thing, right?
It is. It's really powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so then he takes us in another direction.
With the next line.
Okay.
Dancing like Diddy, smoking like Biggie, thought like a mercy.
All right, so right away, we get these big...
pop culture icons.
Right? Yeah. Diddy and Biggie.
Two of the biggest names in hip-hop.
Yeah, I mean, those are some...
pretty big shoes to fill right there.
Yeah, for sure. And I think...
it speaks to Mingo's confidence.
That he's even comparing himself to these legends.
But then, you get this mercy thing thrown in there.
That's right.
And it's like, where did that come from?
Yeah, that one kind of throws you for a loop.
Yeah, it's kind of like out of left field.
It is. But,
that's what makes Mingo so interesting, right? He's not just...
all bravado and swagging.
He's got this introspective side, too.
This depth.
So you're saying it's not all about...
just the bling and the...
Exactly.
It's more than that.
Okay.
He's thinking about bigger things.
Yeah.
About compassion, about mercy.
Which is something you don't always hear.
In hip-hop.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like he's acknowledging...
the weight of his influence.
Okay.
The need to use his platform.
For something more than just himself.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then this next line, this one really...
kind of blew my mind a little bit.
Let's hear it.
Feel like love is with birth. I can show you the way, because I was born first.
Whoa.
Wow, where do we even...
that's a deep one.
Yeah, where do we even begin with that one?
First of all...
you gotta love the confidence.
Right.
Okay, so he's saying he was born first.
So he can show us the way.
Yeah, he's got some kind of innate wisdom.
Right.
Or knowledge.
Just by virtue of being born first.
Right.
It's a bold statement.
It is.
But then he ties it to love.
Which is even more interesting.
Okay.
He's saying love.
It's something that's there from the very beginning.
From birth.
Right.
And he's the one.
And it can guide us.
To understand it.
Almost like a prophet or something.
Yeah, in a way. It's almost a little bit arrogant.
Yeah,
it's definitely a very confident statement.
It is.
But I also kind of get the sense that maybe...
he's also kind of playing with us a little bit.
Oh, for sure. I think there's definitely...
an element of playfulness there.
Right.
He's not taking himself...
too seriously.
Okay.
It's like a wink and a nod.
To the listener.
Right.
I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
But at the same time...
there's some truth in there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's making us think, which is what good art should do.
So we've got loyalty, we've got ambition, we've got...
a little bit of philosophy thrown in there.
A whole lot of swagger.
Where does all this come together?
Well, I think it all points to...
one thing, Mingo is a storyteller.
Okay.
He's not just rhyming words.
He's creating a narrative.
He's painting a picture.
With his words.
And he's doing it all in...
his own unique way.
Exactly.
He's got this ability to blend...
seemingly disparate elements.
The streetwise grit.
The introspective depth.
The pop culture references.
And he weaves it all together.
Into this intricate tapestry.
Yeah.
And I think that's why...
people are so drawn to his music.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's more than just music.
It's an experience.
It's art.
It is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what does all this tell us?
About Mingo as an artist.
Well, I think it shows that he's not afraid.
To push boundaries.
Okay.
To experiment.
To be vulnerable.
To be himself.
Right.
You know, he's not trying to fit
into any mold.
He's creating his own lane.
And that's what makes him so special.
And I think that
also what makes hip-hop so exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's constantly evolving.
It's always pushing the boundaries.
Of what's possible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as we wrap up here.
What's like one thing?
You want our listeners to kind of take away from all this?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is this.
Mingo is more than just a rapper.
He's an artist.
Okay.
He's a visionary.
And he's using his platform
to say something important.
About the world we live in.
So, I mean, what you're saying is like...
You can't just listen to his music.
On a surface level.
Exactly.
Right.
You gotta dig deeper.
You gotta engage with it.
You gotta think about it.
You gotta feel it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it for today's deep dive.
We hope you enjoyed it.
And we hope
it gave you a little bit more insight
into the mind of Mingo
and his incredible music.
Until next time.